In. Okay. There we go. Incredible afternoon, everyone. Incredible greetings. Hello, and welcome to our first live weekly session of March 2023. I am Shakeya, the professor of HSINK365. We are home of Silaholics Anonymous, where I've been teaching you guys how to use and master the Silhouette system. So the software, which is a standalone software that you can use for absolutely free. You don't need a machine. But if you are someone that needs to do cutouts, cut vinyl, cut HTV, things like that, Then you have the cameo, or the silhouette machines. They have cameos. They also have portraits. There's a curio. And then they also do have a stamp maker, which at some point I'm going to do some videos on that stamp maker, the Mint. And they also have a beginner 3D printer, the Alpha. So Silhouette has a lot of different machines in, they have a lot of different machines, right? So I teach you guys about designing for those and then cutting with. I have the cameos. I have all 4 generations of the cameo machines. We're also home of Honestly Speaking, which is our amazing product line that carries the best top tier sublimation paper and ink. Our sublimation paper allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees as fast as 30 seconds. Our ink is 140 milliliter bottles. They are keyed for EcoSync, so you get more bang for your buck. We also carry pigment ink. If you missed our video last night, where I was doing the easy peel stickers, we used our pigment ink, and look at how great those colors look. This is on matte sticker paper, printed with my Epson. Which one I printed with this one? 7720 is what I use for this one right here. If you missed that video, definitely go check it out. It's on our YouTube channel, Silhouaholics Anonymous. So we did some work within Silhouette Studio and setting your line colors so that you can cut by line colors. And then we also did, we did the full-on print and cut, so you can see how to load the mat, my recommendations, all that kind of good jazz. So definitely go check that out over on the web, on the YouTube, Silhouaholics Anonymous. Okay. And last but not least, 365 Creative Academy is our online academy. For now, can't wait for that to become a physical academy where we help you to unlock your creativity in a wide variety of trainings and programs, from designing to being able to do, specific projects. We have this big one coming up for grad season. For grad season, I do a lot of different things, from party favors, the custom gift boxes made out of foam board, the big 3D letters. I do yard signs, graduation stoles, fans, tumblers, grad cap toppers, shirts, buttons. I should think so I've done all of these different things for grad season. It is one of the biggest seasons for those who have creative or custom businesses. This is one of those seasons where it's you can really make a name for yourself and really make some money if you're applying yourself correctly. For most people, that season when they're starting to really book things and purchase them, is going to be between that April and June. I will tell you this, a lot of you guys, I want to encourage you. You're probably posting a lot of your graduation things now, and you're probably not getting a lot of hits and people kind of contacting you. If you don't know, if you've never had a senior year is very expensive for most parents. And they have events every single month. A lot of parents don't think about the grad stuff until right before graduation. So depending on which area you're in, that can be May, that can be around June. As far as early May to mid-June is when they'll start to think about those things. They may contact you last minute for them, because every single month leading up to graduation, there's something, from senior picnic, senior breakfast, grad night, then you have prom, and then you have graduation, and those things can be very pricey. So give them, some grace. Don't think that it's all in vain. If you have not gotten any bites at your advertisement, they're probably storing it away. Be prepared for an influx of inquiries as it gets closer, and they kind of know how their money is looking. But one of the things you can also do is kind of faux pas, but a lot of people do it. Mention the whole tax season and the fact that, don't spend all your tax money in one spot. You know that you have the kids going to graduate, and you're going to want all these great things. Book your package earlier. You may want to offer some type of discounts if they do it early on. That way you are a bit prepared, and that will encourage them to contact you if you are offering a pre-season sale. Because I'm telling you, once May hits all the way into June, so for that month and a half, it can get crazy. what you guys can be doing this time, even if you're not getting, a lot of inquiries and not a lot of bites, and, you're casting those lines, you're not getting a lot of bites. What you guys can do is work on different templates. I know you probably have purchased templates and things and you're just kind of relying on that. But if you're not getting sales right now on it, work on some different templates. Maybe they want to see something different. Just kind of have all of your ducks in a row. That way, once that grad season hits, you'll be ready and you'll be able to just pump them out, because it's not going to be a lot of trying to figure things out. Lock down your pricing. Lock down where you're going to get items from, especially those graduation stoles, guys. Those things can go so fast from certain sites and things, because everybody and their mom is doing it. You have people that use those satin stoles for sublimation, HTV, as well as embroidery. So be mindful of that and try to maybe, if you have it in your budget, to get them early on and try, however many you ideally want to make, try and get those early on. And if you don't sell them, it's okay, because you can always, save them for the summer graduations. Then you have winter graduations. So don't be afraid to kind of order them ahead of time. And if you don't kind of do a lot within the summer graduation, that would be considered the spring graduations, it's okay. All right. So that's a little tidbit for you guys. Let's see. Oh, even actually, they came yesterday. They came to the wrong address. He actually just went back to go get those. So those should be on the website today. As soon as he comes back and brings me my food, those should be on the website. Well, actually, no, I can't say that. It'll probably be later, because we do go through and we test them to make sure that they're working. And I do have a class. My Photoshop class is at 1. And my auntie actually just called. I got to go to my aunt's house. So he'll probably do them. He has a bunch of orders to do. So it may be later on today. Hopefully he gets them on the site to where we can check a few of them, so that he can get some on the site so that you can meet the deadline for same day shipping, which is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If not, then you'll definitely be able to purchase them tomorrow. All right. But hello. Wait, I forgot. I did not finish the share process. So let's do that. All right. So good morning. Incredible morning over here. Hey. Thanks for watching from Washington State, Panama City, Panama, New Jersey. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, this is our weekly live Q&A and help session. This session is as informative and helpful as you guys are engaging. This is based strictly off of your questions. It is not a pre-planned class, and there's already something I'm going to go over. This is your opportunity. When you go, and you guys are always saying, oh, I don't like YouTube videos, you can't ask questions, there's no one there to answer your question and things like that. You're just kind of watching stuff and you want to be able to see it in real time and ask a question. This is the time to ask those questions. If you have whatever the question was you've asked yourself about what you do creatively in the past 24, 48 hours, go ahead and drop that question in the comment section, okay? All right, so I almost forgot my at everyone. At everyone. Why is this thing shaking so much? Just give me a second. I'm trying to just I'm trying to share this out. All right. Why is it shaking so much? I don't know why that's doing that. All right, share to a group. Oh, we just gonna be a quick one. Like I said, I do have my Photoshop class at 1. So it's gonna be a quick fire one. Get those questions in early so that I can, hopefully get to your question and be able to answer your question. Okay. All right, incredible afternoon. All right, so hey, incredible afternoon. I am doing great today. If you're on a different time zone other than East Coast, incredible morning to you. All right, so watching from Wally World. Hello, thank you for joining. Hello, incredible afternoon. Hey, people. Hey, Jesse. Hello. All right, so let's see. I see one up here. Ma'am, I want to watch the video. Watch the live, but I also have to figure out how to calibrate my 24 by 24 inch mat. You're talking about for print and cut, I don't recommend, unless you are printing to 24. Well, maybe I guess if you're doing, are you printing to 13 by 19 paper, and that's why you're trying to calibrate the 24 by 24 inch mat? That means you have the Pro. Y'all know it's not one of my favorites. Normally when it comes to the Pro, it really takes more of a one-on-one type situation, because everybody, when I'm trying to explain it, well, because I don't have a machine to really show you where you're supposed to put things, I need your machine to be able to do it. So that works better as a one-on-one session. But unless you're printing 13 by 19, I highly recommend that you just use the 12 by 12 or 12 by 24 inch mat. The 24 by 24 is overkill if you're doing 11 by 17 or 12 by 18 paper. Okay. Oh, so show you what to order. All right. So once you are on our website, oh, actually, so it's right up here. So you just go to the replacement chips. Like I said, right now, they are not in stock. So there is the full set right here. And then you have the individual colors. How you get to that on the home screen, guys, it's for all of the different printers. There's a thumbnail for it. So this is the old workforces. This is the newer workforces. This is, the EcoTank printers. These are the newer ones. So you click on that one. It's going to take you down, and it has everything that's for those printers. So you're going to click on replacement chips and order the chips that you need. All right, so I have a question about the Silhouette Studio 30-day class. On day 2, you use a butterfly image. Is the image given? So yes, all of those are in there. So there's a section for downloads, and they're all there. If I want to save a PNG in Silhouette Studio, can I automatically set it to 300 DPI and make the background transparent, so I don't have to reselect it every time? No, so you're going to have to choose, I'm not sure what you mean you have to reselect it. So whenever you go and you save as a PNG, it's going to open up that screen, and then you're going to have to, of course, slide it and then choose transparent. So if you're saying if there's a way to just make it where it automatically defaults to 300 DPI, no, there is not. Oh, so that was for you as well. I just showed the chips. I only have 12 by 12, 24 inch in Silhouette mats, but the 12 by 24 in a Cricut mat, will that work? Of course it does. That's the only thing that I use. Until we get our HS ink mats, I actually personally cannot stand the Silhouette mats. So this is what I use. And when you watch my video, I'm setting up a Cricut mat. So yes, you can use a Cricut mat. You can use any mat. So if you have a third-party one from Amazon or anywhere like that, you can use any mat. How to make template for numbers and trim for numbers, insert trim siding. I'm speaking of, how to make templates for numbers and trim for numbers, insert trim siding. I'm speaking of between top facing bot. Baby, I have no idea what you're talking about. You're gonna have to break that down, and maybe it was another comment or something I missed it. I'm gonna go back and look. But yeah, that makes absolutely no sense to me. So I'll need you to reword that for me. All right. I don't see the downloads. Can you help? All right. Are you on your phone or are you on your computer? Because they are there. All you have to do, 30-day training. You need to be on your computer if you're going to download them. But if you just scroll down, they are there. So it's going to go preview. I'm going to bring this over here. Let me, Right here, it says Silhouette Studio in 30 days downloads. There's 10 different downloads there. Okay. Week 1 worksheets, week 2 worksheets. So you'll need to download all of those. So right there, it says SS in 30 days downloads. Is there a way to make a button heart template for my button maker heart buttons in Silhouette? So what you're going to do is take the shell from it, and you can put it on the same way I make all templates. So you're going to take that, you're going to put it on your Epson printer. Well, if you have an Epson printer that has a scanner to it, you're going to scan that, take it over to Silhouette Studio, trace it, and you have your template. If you don't have a printer that has a scanner, put it on a nice solid surface. Get somewhere where there's good lighting. Go overhead, like be really, really square on. Take a picture. That way you can trace it, but then you have to measure it so that you know the right size. So those are the 2 ways that you can make the templates. Either scan it and then trace it, or take a picture of it, scan it. Open that picture up in Silhouette Studio, trace it, and then take the measurements and then resize that trace. I need clarification on vinyl. You can sublimate print on dark color shirts. So it's really, as far as vinyl, it's just glitter vinyl. Like that's literally the only one. Anything as far as like the white smooth one, you cannot. All the other ones, people always think that you can just sublimate to regular flock vinyl. You cannot. There's a thing called Subli flock. It has a coating on it. So the only like just straight up vinyl that you can sublimate to is going to be glitter HTV. You do have the Easy Subli, which Caesar created, and then now there's some people that have generic ones. A lot of people call the dark transfer ones vinyl. That is not vinyl. Those are just dark transfer transfer sheets, and you can use that with a regular printer. I don't recommend that you use sublimation with the dark transfer sheets because it can blur out over time, or you can use Easy Subli. So those are the only things that you can use as far as vinyl. You are very welcome. That was for the 30-day class. I just showed that. I am wonderful. How are you? How to make templates for box numbers. What box numbers? I don't know what you mean by box numbers. Like, mean the 3D ones and make your own. So you're going to choose your own font and you want to turn that into a 3D letter or number. Is that you're referring to? Or the paper mache ones and how to get the exact shape of it? Repeat about Easy Subli. What do you mean? That you can use Easy Subli? There are companies that have generic versions of it. I don't know those companies, but I've seen where people will say, hey, they have a printable HTV vinyl. I cannot speak to any of those. The only ones I've ever used is the actual Caesar's Easy Subli. I've never used any of the generic ones. So I cannot tell you, like, what's the other company, like HTV Braun. And there's actually quite a few people that have what they call Sublimation HTV. I don't know. I cannot speak to how it works. All I know is Caesar's Easy Subli, which is a matte type vinyl. The carrier sheet still kind of sucks. It doesn't quite pick it up when it comes to transferring it. What I do with Easy Subli is I don't print directly to it. I cut out the Easy Subli and then I press my printed summation paper to the Easy Subli. So it is, because Caesar is known for HTV, so it is an HTV, but they don't call it HTV. They call it Caesar Easy Subli. If you have a Sawgrass, they say that you can print directly to it and then just do your print and cut from it. But from a water-based printer, it doesn't work well that way because it doesn't dry on there. So you're going to simply cut it out. Like, you have to create your design, have just the cutout of your design so you can like copy that, make it solid, like release compound path. Depends on your image, release compound path, or if it's just a picture you did a trace and detach, you're just going to put that on there. It needs to be the same size. Don't change it. You're going to cut it without mirroring it. You're going to have your print that's mirrored, and then you'll be able to press that to that. I heard we can sublimate stickers and make them waterproof. How does that work? So basically what people are doing with that is let me ask this question. Is your sublimation printer the only printer that you have? Is your sublimation printer the only printer that you have? Guys over here on TikTok, y'all don't have to just be watchers and bystanders. You are more than welcome to post your questions here. Okay, so if you have other printers, don't waste your time sublimating it. Sublimating is not what's going to make it waterproof. It's not a better way of doing it. If you have a laser, there is no sublimation like sticker. Well, they have what's called like a subli decal, but again, that's if you only have a sublimation printer. Most times people are just taking the sublimation prints and then, so you're going to have to print it out to then press it to the sticker sheet. Yeah, why do that when you can simply just put it in your inkjet printer or your laser printer and just print it. Your laser one's going to be waterproof. And if you want to give it an additional layer of protection, you're just going to put cold laminate, which is basically like clear 651, or you can laminate them. And that's all they're doing. The paper itself doesn't necessarily take the sublimation ink. It is the clear cover that they're putting on top. So you're going to end up doing a lot of different steps and kind of not say wasting, but like you don't need to waste a sublimation sheet of paper because you're going to still use ink no matter what. But now you're adding using sublimation paper really for no reason. With the laser printer, just get glossy sticker paper, and then you're just going to print right to that. Yeah, so sublimation does not make it waterproof. What's making it waterproof is the same thing you can do with your laser or inkjet printer, and that is laminating it. I got my paper today. Can't wait to use it. I can't believe the fast service. Woohoo! Yes, we ship out same day for all orders before 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Yep, you can use Clear 651. No real question. Just want to say we appreciate you consistently being available and offering your expertise and passion with so many. Aw, thank you so very much. Hello, everyone here on TikTok. Let me just kind of, as we would say in the Clubhouse world, let me reset the room. I am Shakeya, the Professor of HS Inc. We are a full service company that provides you education and knowledge on a lot of different and creative things. We have an online academy. I have 2 YouTube channels. So we do demos for things like sublimation, print and cuts for stickers, party favors, cutouts, centerpieces, balloon decor. I've, pretty much all of that. We provide help and assistance on the business side of it, helping you with your pricing, marketing, branding, and things like of that nature. We also have an amazing product line. So if you are someone that does sublimation, check out our sublimation paper. It is like nothing you've ever experienced. You don't have to use premium matte to get great, rich colors. I use plain paper setting, and we can sublimate 365 degrees, 30 seconds. Even if you're doing tumblers and you're using a press, you can actually still do 365 for 30 seconds. So check out our website, hsink365.com. This is our weekly live Q&A session. I'll be on until about 1-ish. So we got about 20 minutes left. Get your questions in because I do currently have a live Photoshop Essentials program going on right now. We meet every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today we're doing clipping mask, pattern overlays. Dang it, my notebook is over there. But that's what we're doing today. We've got, filling in missing areas. There you go. I need my straw. Ooh, you had them give me ice? No. Wasting all my space for drinks with ice? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to have to get a little drinky drink. And I'm actually probably going to have to end this right at 1 o'clock so I can spend my 10-minute grace period eating because I is hungry. Got a call this morning. Couldn't go to Chick-fil-A because I had to answer. Well, not a call. I had a customer service message on the site. So, yeah. I haven't reached sublimation yet. So what brand transfer paper would you recommend for inkjet printer? So you're just doing like the printable transfer. So you just want to be able to do regular print and cuts with your pigment or dye-based printer. I can only speak for what I have used, and that is Jet Pro 3G. I used to use Avery, but they don't have 11x17, and that gets kind of pricey. So I use Jet Pro 3G. Absolutely love it. I have shirts that have lasted for like forever and a day. I normally have my shirt here. My niece turns 9 next week, Tuesday. She turns 9 next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday. Next week, Tuesday. I was right. She turns 9 next week, Tuesday. What age does that say? And I've worn this quite a few times. This has been washed quite a few times. Maybe it hasn't been washed in the past year because I keep using it as an example, but I was using it a lot before then. But what age does that say? So this shirt is how old? So yeah. And if they're only going to use it for 1 or 2 times, I mean, look at that. All right. Do I have a video on Easy Subly start to finish? It is the exact same steps that I use for Glitter HTV. I don't really use Easy Subly a lot. It's expensive. It's kind of pricey compared to just using Glitter HTV. I don't really, for me, the Easy Subly, it was not a game changer for me. If I needed to do something on a colored shirt or on a cotton shirt, I'm just going to use Jet Pro 3G. It wasn't this major game changer. So I don't use Easy Subly a lot, but it's literally the exact same steps that I do for Glitter HTV. I have those, but I do have like an older video when I was showing it on a lot of different transfers. I did the Easy Subly, I did the Glitter HTV, and I did Jet Pro 3G. So you definitely can go check out that video. The only difference between the glitter one and Easy Subly is for the cut, you do not mirror. That is the only difference. But how you apply it, exact same way. Yep, 3 years. That's how old this is. And it's been washed. The first 2 years, I wore this thing. My mom actually, and I can show you my mom's on. We were on a live video, and I went and I pointed to hers. And this was this year. I don't think that was in December. And I was on the video. My mom was there, and I was like, look, y'all, like she has on the shirt. My mother still wears her shirt for my niece's 6th birthday party. And if you were on that video, you'll see that those colors, amazing still. Yes, I only use your sublimation paper. Nothing else compares. So Easy Subly, I print directly to the sheet using Subly ink. Okay. If you have if you have a Sawgrass printer, they say that you can print directly to it and then you can do your print and cut. And some people who have the Sawgrass says that if you have just the regular Subly Jet ink, it doesn't quite dry. I think there's something they did with the Easy Subly ink that makes it dry a little bit different. But some people say they can still use it. So if you have a Sawgrass, because that is gel-based ink, you can print directly to it and it will be dry. Unlike using water-based ink, if you do that, it's not dry. Once you put it inside of your machine, it's going to smear as the rollers and things go over it, or if you touch it, it does not dry easily. Some people have to let it sit under their heat press or let it sit for 24 hours before it dries. I don't recommend printing directly to the Easy Subly. I print to sublimation paper. I either do a print and cut or I manually cut like in key areas. I do a cut on the Easy Subly. I take that, I weed it, put it on the shirt. If it's solid, if it's extra pieces, like if it's loose pieces, You're going to have to try and use the transfer paper to the best of your ability. Or what you can do, there is an amazing TikTok video by Craftastic Tips by Shawnee D over on TikTok. And what she does is she'll cut it and, you'll weed it. It stays on the carrier sheet. And she sprays adhesive spray on the sublimation one. She puts her Easy Subli on top, and then she's able to like peel it off, and it's stuck to the paper, and then she can press it that way. So you can check out that video too. Craftastic Tips with Shawnee D. She's done a couple of Easy Subli videos that way, and she'll use like a light box so that she can line it up. So you can do that as well. So anything that's not sublimation, I use premium presentation paper matte, standard. Sublimation, I use plain paper setting, high. Anything that's not, I use premium presentation paper matte, standard. Everything else stays the same. So Adobe RGB Gamma 1.8, it doesn't matter if your high speed is on or off. So everything else remains the same. How was that one made? This is Jet Pro 3G. Well, this part is Jet Pro 3G. This is HTV, and Celebrating is HTV. Laser versus inkjet. What do you think is most versatile, mostly for PC? They just give different looks. Like for me, watercolor stuff like this, I don't like printing with laser printers because of how it mixes colors. So each one serves a different purpose. Depending on what is it you're trying to do, you probably will need to have both printers at your disposal, whether you are going to go to somewhere and have them print out your laser things, or you're going to get a printer for in-house. But they give you two different looks. They serve two different purposes. So I'm not going to say one is better than the other. One is more versatile than the other. Some people like the laser for speed. They're going to print out a lot faster. Inkjet's going to take a lot longer to print. But for certain types of images, this is going to be a much better, inkjet is going to be a better option than laser because it doesn't mix colors. It puts it on an imaging drum, and they can be kind of sharp, harsh lines. And for certain colors, they come out more vibrant with a water-based inkjet ink versus laser. Kind of new here. To learn the base of silhouette, do you have a class you offer for, or a YouTube video on here? On here I can learn from. So I have 8 years of YouTube videos. But if you want something that's more structured and you can go to exactly what it is that you want to learn, our 30-day training, which someone just asked about getting the downloads and stuff for it, is going to be the best thing for you to enroll in. So you're going to go to our website, shop.hsink365.com. I'll actually also put the direct link to it, but it's Essentials of Silhouette Studio. Learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. So it is a lot of intro stuff the first couple of days. And then like the middle part is breaking down each tool and function, breaking down their why, not just the how to use it. And then I show some examples of how to use these tools for a couple of days in designing. So we have quite a few days of designing at the end of it. So you're able to really get a full look at the program with during that time. Let me get the exact link for you. It might be in the description. Our link tree is also in the description, so you can click on that. But I'm going to go here. And that's the one for beginners. That's going to break down all of the tools. And then we have dedicated classes. So we've had classes that were specific for memorials. We have ones that were specific for graduation. If you want to learn how to create your own SVGs. We've had ones that break down how to add different text effects, bubble effects, shadows, 3D, all sorts of things. So we have dedicated ones for certain design techniques. And then we have the one that's just going to teach it to you in general. So we have 10 minutes left. We're really 5 minutes because I need to eat before class. Let's see. how long do you use your paper for tumblers using a convection oven? So in the convection oven, I don't preheat mine. I don't preheat my, I have an Oster one and it's a decent size. It's going to be different for every oven because if you have a really small one where it's like, I mean, the tumbler just barely fits in there, you don't have a lot of room in there. And so it can get extremely hot. The oven that I have, I don't have to put, I don't put an external thermometer in there. So I have the Oster XL, the fold down door, not the French door. And I don't put a thermometer in there because I don't have to worry about going up to 400 degrees. I never set it to that. I set mine to either 350, 375. It just depends on where it was because I use the same one I cook in. So if the last time I cooked something that had to be on 375, I leave that sucker there. If it was on 350, I leave it there. If it was like on 400 because I don't want to click down to 350, I'll go to 375. So it's somewhere in there. I don't preheat. And because I don't preheat and it's a cold oven, it has to have time to heat up. So I'll leave it in there for about 5.5 minutes or so. It's done. If it's preheated, like this tumbler was done in 3 minutes. So certain colors you can do in 3 minutes. Some it's like 4 to 5 minutes, but definitely not, if it's preheated, you definitely won't need 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes. I loving the fact that see at our house we don't have a really, really big oven because of how it was, and it was like the one we had was messed up, and we don't really need the big oven like that. It was, now we kind of do because the boys are getting older. But here at headquarters, I just have a regular oven. It's not a convection oven. There's no air circulating in it. It's just a regular old oven. I did a video. I was live on TikTok. I put those suckers in there. I leave them in there for 4 minutes. That one I do preheat because it is so big. So I preheat it. I put it in there for 4 minutes. I'm able to do 15 to 20 tumblers at one time in about 4 to 5 minutes. So for me, it's much more efficient than using a tumbler press. And that's how I do mine. Jet Pro 3G. Jet Pro has different ones. 3G Opaque is for dark shirts. Then they have one that's for lights and whites. So Jet Pro 3G Opaque is for dark shirts. I use it on whites as well. I do not use the transfer for lights or whites because it cracks. This does not. It's solid. I've never used a Brother laser printer. I've had HP laser printers. And the one that we're getting is called a digital press one. So it's a different, it's a major one. Like that's the next one that we'll get. But I've only had, I've used HP and like Xerox ones. I've never used a Brother one. I was wondering, do you take partial payments using PayPal for what? We can't process it to where you'll get like reoccurring payments that way. You would have to select PayPal's buy now, pay later. And then so it'll basically send us all the money. And then you like PayPal will send you different invoices for it. But we don't have anything set up to where we're going to go and pull from your PayPal account and do it that way. So no, that's not something we can automatically do. Last call for questions. And for was that Crafty Go Kia, like my name. If you want to do or want to try out Sublimation, I tell this to everyone before you jump out there and get a printer, get ink. You don't even know if you want to do it. You want to kind of, it can be frustrating knowing that you spent that kind of money on a printer, ink, sublimation paper, and all that, and then you're having all these issues. I highly recommend that you just order transfers. There's quite a few. I can't attest, give you a name of who does. We will have it on our website, and you can submit your design and have it printed and shipped. The only thing is, when you're doing it that way, we are located at the bottom. It's called the bottom here. I am located in Miami, Florida, so all the way down at the end of Florida, darn near. So shipping, it can be pricey, especially if you're only doing 1 or 2 sheets. That's the only thing. We don't ship anything first class mail. We ship everything priority so that it has insurance on it in case it gets lost. So in priority mail is going to basically start around like $859. So of course, if you order more, it's better. If you're only ordering a couple of sheets, it's not on us. We don't control how much it is. We put the weight in there, and for priority, it that one really doesn't go by like under 13 ounces. Like it's just going, no matter how big or how heavy, it's going to start at about $859. We only offer first class mail on our sample packs. That's the only thing that we offer it for. So if you can find someone local to you that has a sublimation printer, I highly recommend that you submit your designs to them, have them print you off some sublimation designs, and try out sublimation that way. You don't need a printer. I spent a year and a half, 2 years doing sublimation on cheer bows and never had a printer. I would just order big sheets from a local company here. So you don't need a printer to start sublimation, just order transfers. Yeah, so when it comes to courses, you're either going to select the one that allows you to pay for it weekly. That's the only way the kind of partial payments kind of happen, is there are options for you to pay for it weekly, and that is not on the shop site. You're going to go right to the Academy site, 365 Creative Academy. If you're on the shop site, it tells you if you want to pay for it weekly, click here. It's going to take you to the Academy site, and that is where you can set that up, put your card in, and it's just going to take out the amount every week until you've paid off the amount of the course. What would you say is a software edition we should be running? There was a bug in the last one I had. I use 4.3.370. So I still use 4.3.370. I didn't care for any of the 4.4s or 4.5s. Yes, all of my courses, you have lifetime access for the lifetime of the website. And actually, you know what? To be honest, the way that I do my classes now, you technically have lifetime access because they are live stream and you have access to that private live stream link. So even if something were to happen with the company that we do our classes through, which is SpINKing, if something was to happen to their company and we no longer had access to the video player that's in there, because of how I do it now, you technically always have lifetime access to it. And we, of course, take all of our customer information. If we have to go to a different platform, we will just inform you, hey, you won't be able to access it here. You have to give us an opportunity to transfer. So we save all of our videos, which is why we spent good money on an external hard drive, my cloud drive that's 12 terabytes, so we can store all of our videos. So you'll always have access to our videos, even for our Academy site, we don't have access to it. I know you guys have actually, I'm going to log in now. So we do have the 10-minute grace period. Like I said, I'm going to spend my 10-minute grace period eating most likely. So let's go ahead and start the Photoshop one. Let's see. Off topic, that drink looks so good, especially especially how sweets. Huh? Oh, you're off sweets this month. Oh, my bad. I had it covered. My bad. My bad. I don't mean to tempt you, friend. Don't be tempted. I'm gonna cover it up. I couldn't do it, Lord. That's Pepsi too. Although I don't really have Pepsi all too often. Can you explain how to use my points in Font Bundles Plus? You have to contact that company. I don't work for designbundles.net, so I would not be able to explain that to you. You would have to contact their chat department or contact that company directly via their chat or email. Do I recommend a DTF printer? I don't recommend that you jump right into it. I mean, I recommend that you do DTF transfers and purchase them first to see if that's really what you want. And if you end up needing to do them a lot, or if you're trying to start a business selling transfers, I will tell you this. A lot of the major companies are now doing DTF. Just got the email that FM Expressions is doing them, and their prices are whew, because they're a bigger company, so they can offer them at a much, better rate. So I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna make it a little bit harder for those who are doing the DTF prints that are charging like $9 for like just a 10 by 10, not even like a 12 by 12. It's like a 10 by 10, and they're charging like $9 for it. Might make it a little bit harder for them because of these bigger companies doing them. And they have a lot, they can do it more efficiently and stuff like that. So look into that first. Look in to see if it still works for you. You really don't save that much by having your own printer. I mean, you do save a little bit, but there's a lot of maintenance to it. Think about your work schedule. Are you doing this full time? Will you have enough time to maintain these machines? They are not hey, just let it sit there and just like it's all good. You have to maintain them. You're going to have to make sure that you're cleaning them properly. You have to check for clogs. It's a lot of steps to it. If you don't have the machine where it's all connected, then you're going to have to manually powder them. Then you're going to have to go ahead and manually cure them as well. So there's a lot of factors to think about when you are considering getting into printing DTF directly. Okay. All right. But I got to go. Because I have class. Until next time, guys. Wait, am I on the right one? All right. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity, be incredible. Visit the website shop.hsink365.com. That is where you can sign up for our classes there, because if you have like rewards points, it might take shave a little bit off. Or if you want to use Zelle, you can go over there to use to enroll in the classes there, or you can go right to our academy site, 365 Creative Academy. All right, y'all. Peace.